2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na select option 2 ma minute lawyer Edgy Tambaklo any enkomo or no a legal affairs director edema the National Democratic Congress. Council Adope, good morning and pom to saying
no
yeah, just so papa pay for you and so edge so happy 67th anniversary as well.
I mean, you're done.
But are we independent as a country for seeing what is happening?
I think, sir, this vast question is completely answered when you look at the Monday 4th March letter by the current finance minister advising the president that if he goes ahead to exercise his constitutional powers pursuant to Article 106 of the 1992 Constitution, Ghana will be denied the opportunity to access $3.8 million.
Kessben 92.9.
And for that matter, strongly advises the president against assenting to the family values bill. I think that puts into proper perspective the question whether we are truly independent or not. Bro, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Council.
Let me make the point this. When was the last time that the United States of America, Congress, passed a law and even, or whatever is worth, said, oh, they wanted Opimsuo or Tumfuo view before the law is passed?
It has never happened.
When was the last time that the Congress of the United States of America, in purporting to pass a law, gave an indication that they wanted Awomefia view, or Tokia Pede, or the Yana, or the Yabonura view before that law is passed? When was the last time?
I see that.
So why is it that when we want to pass a law, the United States of America, in a very arrogant manner, tell us how the law should be? Why do you think so? First of all, can I ask a question?
Mitiopa, Council.
So, yeah, Kenny.
Yes.
Good. Is there any account culture that allows a man to marry a man?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is there any that you have come to read about?
No.
Okay. So when you go to the United States of America, but when you were growing up, you realize that a woman, northern men could marry one or two. Correct?
Exactly, yes.
So polygamy was culturally permissible, correct?
Yes.
Good. Can you go and preach that in the United States of America?
It's against their laws.
Why? It's culturally permissible in Ghana, so they should allow it, correct? So the first question I will be as to whether say independent is answered by our own conduct and behavior. How, in the name of God, would our finance minister, a devout Muslim, at least for whatever is worth, now be the president of the Republic of Ghana, that Mr. President, don't put your signature under this law. In any case, this is a law that was passed by the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. Not like a one-sided parliament that people will boycott it, blah, blah, blah. Correct?
Kaso but I know I'm a china bemwa.
Yes, the American say said you a doom sentence to Ghana. Ubia also a sick so finance minister. Or say a Muslim. The meaning and then say, okay, the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran. My way, Mr. Muslim be Pia Ochemi and Opai. Mesreno, on the Holy Quran, now Uncle Surah 7, verses 80 to 81. Or say, and Lut, that's Prophet Lut, our Bible. And Lut said to his people, will you commit a horror that none of the world's inhabitants have committed for you? 81 to 82. You approach men with lust instead of women. No, you are a people who go beyond the limits. 84. Or say, we, Allah, let rain fall on them. Look how that was the end of the wrongdoers. Okaya, in the biblical story of Sodom and Gomorrah,
Yes.
who say, I say a jam from a fee a sro a beshe omo for this practice. And so the Holy Quran in Surah 7 basically makes that story clear. Now, a Muslim near or ye finance minister. Or say MP for a predominantly Muslim community, Karaga. It's Mitro Krata Edema, a man who says, or a Christian, what you must or passes Amrana, on Yesika. Now, said you say Bible cry say, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world? I said, then a nipa penya. So, Benya Yasin now say, Obeshre Nekra, Anna Minia Sika JP IMF and the World Bank for 3 billion, Anna.
Yes.
Last year, 2023, Ghana Revenue Authority, and every Z taxes within Ghana. Do you know how much?
Meteo.
113 billion Ghana cedis. $3 billion and 113 billion Ghana cedis. AFP.
That be about unless I will convert it.
No, who convert it and at $3 billion dollars at an exchange rate of even 13 cedis. You're saying it's barely 30-something billion Ghana cedis. 39. I am talking about 113 billion. Look, we look at the total revenue at Banyi Anya from 2017 to date is 412 billion. Kessben 412 billion. The dollar equivalent is almost getting to $50 billion in the space of 5 years or even 6 years. So our problem has never been the question of money. It's always been about priority. But the Maakye say, back to the question, are we truly independent? I mean, how in God's name can Ubia Oye Sika so for ever say a sovereign nation, a beautiful nation like Ghana, the peninsula, Emma, your religious and cultural values no stand there. Tinio, yeah, $3 billion. It's your man penny men signing. First of all, Libisau, Sikana IMF edemayen enye bosia.
Yes, and there are conditionalities.
Now, a government can say they have reached a staff level agreement with the IMF. No, Omo can say LGBTQ is a requirement.
Dabi.
So why is it a requirement now? Obi oye lawyer ni biabe say in law school there is a principle I saying pacta sunt servanda. Pacta sunt servanda. That is say who enter a contractor, you are bound by the terms of the contract. And
exactly.
so question is the staff level agreement now, yene IMF for every year, no. Did the government hide the conditionality of not passing the LGBTQ law?
But I'm not sure that was part of it.
So if it is not part, are the parties not bound by the terms of the contract?
So once it wasn't part of it, the IMF cannot come in.
Absolutely. How would you be introducing a term to a contract after the contract has been consummated? Are you not in breach? Unless, of course, government is telling us, at the time when Kenoforiata, Baumiane Kikahu Echo negotiate IMF deal, no, they hit a condition in there quietly without telling the people of Ghana, say, as part of the conditions, will not allow the LGBTQ law to be passed into law. If that is the case, then Dr. Baumia, Kenoforiata, Aminanta should come and tell us. And Aminia.
Very well. But just yesterday, the World Bank has said they are still committed to a year the agreement one more any yako. Now we are expecting some $600 million in terms of budget support. Yes.
So my question is, so on what basis did the finance minister send that letter to the president? And what kind they release now? Was it you? He, finance minister, with his chief director, have met the GRA boss. They have also met the governor of Bank of Ghana and the deputies.
Yes.
And all of these people sat, possibly with the chairman of the economic management team, Dr. Baumia. And when we trust our letter, and I come on my pennies, and my finance and share and run our parliament are personal. So if this is what the World Bank is saying, what informed the finance minister to pen out that letter? Linia, what informed him? Now, even more serious is the statement by the president himself. And you see, for me, I can show you a video. Speaker. On Monday morning, let me quote TV3.
Okay.
And I said on TV3, I've heard comments by persons associated with Mr. Agufado. And I have no doubt in my mind that you will come out with all fanciful excuses not to sign the law. It's like I'm a prophet. The American, bam, the next day, almost word for word. What is the president's excuse? Or say, Abana attention say, Ubi Ede, we made their court.
Yes.
Intino. On your own side, attend their court in the back answer. What are you? Meanwhile, Minia, said your man penny, I say, Nachum, Botromojo, well, lukewarm. And the style of politics, no principle. When you know how much he's just for the wind, convenient politics. They ain't in American, sir. Yet your mind how. Ena me Ediji, I'm a lawyer. Emma Haruna Idrisu. Okujeto Ablakwa. Mahama Yaiga. on behalf of the minority. In the Echo Supreme Court said there's a problem. But there is a problem with the E-levy law. In the Supreme Court can declare no unconstitutional. Meaning, I'm not some no court no. When we said that was the same time normal in the SNA.
Yes.
So how come say Oman Pini and Kasi, because the E-levy was at the Supreme Court, he was not going to sign it?
This one borders more on human rights. No,
it's a question of the Constitution. The Supreme Court, is not a moral court. It's a court of law. And so, with Article 2, the only, once you invoke the jurisdiction, the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, pursuant to Article 2, the only test whether or not the law is constitutional. Nothing more, nothing else.
And that calls for interpretation.
And that interpretative skill set, goes back to the Constitution.
Okay.
But what I say, it goes back to the Constitution. And so, if in E-levy it was an Article 2 action, and the president could still go ahead and sign, what changed? What is the president's principle?
But what would the pleadings...
hold on. Okay, no, go ahead.
Yes, I'm asking, sir, what would the pleadings Richard Delasky asked of the Supreme Court?
In fact, I have the entire 10-page writ with me.
Okay.
Yes.
And what does it tell you?
Nothing.
That's nothing there.
No, may come nothing in the sense to say.
Yes.
This is a law that was adequately deliberated. The Attorney General, prior to this, had brought about his legal opinion, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes, on the bill.
All these things were factored in. And two, who is the leader of the minority in Parliament?
Orato Forsen.
No, the majority.
Okay, I think you're back in.
Is he a lawyer?
Yes.
In good standing?
Yes.
What were his concerns?
He was very clear about custodian sentence. You know, sir. I mean, a beya nka yenye no free ho na yen for community service mo memra.
When Papa, your friend with Dr. Gabas.
Yes.
Where is he now?
Yeah, jailing was sawem.
For what?
For sodomizing Akola, no. I mean, he wasn't supposed to have done that.
Sodomy. And you're man to man.
Mm.
And you're man to man. Why was that not challenged? Said Dr. Gabas should not be put in prison. He should be given a handshake. Why? And a prisoner Gabas is a custodian.
But no was an investigative piece. Manasseh
Whether investigative piece or not, the bottom line is that the man was convicted for sodomy. And
which is unnatural carnal knowledge, I guess.
Fantastic. And in the specific case of Dr. Gabas Kradia, a man having carnal knowledge of a boy. And yet the same thing that the family values seeks to address. That a man cannot have carnal knowledge of another man. And you know, is that not the reason why Dr. Gabas is in prison?
Exactly.
So where are these hypocrites? So we should march to one prison to get Dr. Gabas released. Because that's custodian sentence, even with hard labor.
we should yenfa powder and company straight na yen in face one prisoner. Anna.
Because you're not on the right, said the officer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why are we changing the rules? Why? Didn't yes is Mrano. And as I say, Mrano is based on your face or within.
Now they tell you, say yes. In a democracy, no, majoritarian decision, no, and a whole day, but equally, minority right, no, must be protected as well. And you cannot simply say, this group of people, no, this is how they want to belong. And you know, for that reason, no, yema or more incarceration.
First of all, you must recognize the existence of that minority rights. You are telling me, say, a man has the right to have sex with another man. Is that what your proposition is?
No, but they are simply telling you that they have the right to assume their own sexuality.
I beg you. What is that sexuality? First of all, the 1992 Constitution does not create absolute rights. And
yes.
All the rights recognized under the 1992 Constitution are subject to certain limitations, correct?
Yes.
One, public morality, public health, among others. Anna. Sebu, and your man Pinian the Passe, Imposition of Restrictions Act. And more COVID by and you know.
Yes.
Even curtailing our movements. In fact, some people were convicted because during COVID they decided to go to a place of worship. Omukosom Yame. I saw people be quiet, Omoko court. I find you and they didn't have the right to worship. They did. But at that time, there was a law in place restricting certain enjoyment of rights. And
that's true.
So what are we talking about now? Please. See, Encrophobia akonya apam any obonsam. No one who's obonsam so dear, or man adia, or the left mawa, or the right virgin. And not done in there some amom. Because we cried here. Should we be having an argument about it? Minya.
Michio Pa Council.
No, should we be having any argument about it?
Now, it is the interest of the Ghanaian people, the aspirations are constitutional entirely, a carry from the Ghanaian people as against, the nations are friends to Ghana. This is what the president said. The friends of Ghana must have the greatest of assurance. We are not going to have any setbacks on the progress I am making so far. So the question is that, where do we stand as a country?
No, maybe so.
Yes.
Where do we fear? What built the house to our specification and your taste? One of them, and then they say, and one of them, and then they say, Tini
you.
One of them, and then they say, Sebi. What the air conditioner to them because won't pay heat. And our friend Eba was you air conditioning if you is that a friend?
David.
That's a master. That person is no longer your friend.
Or shall we watch the SSA?
Jose.
Me say or shall we watch the SSA?
Is that person a friend? But maybe so. Your relationship with the US, UK, is it one based on mutual benefits? or a one-sided relationship.
It has never been so, say, mutual. I mean, what they decide for us is what we must follow. And it applies to other African nations.
Maybe after many years of slavery, a few weeks ago, open so, and that's something. A year, the Sagranti War anniversary, and
yes,
almost the artifacts are almost via esa de babak ebre and Seb you obit me you are no as such also with the idea no bro about the issue and kakana made the madia go back. What kind of relationship is that? Seb ye can say Oko your jubilee fielder. See it too fan go home. And
yes.
You too fan go.
You too ho.
What are we talking about? Who, as a seasoned journalist, one a barrel of oil back to Jubilee Fielder.
David.
Into a ponoswa near the ship at the co manoni and in 10 years, who knows how much we have made from the Jubilee Field?
Unless I cross-check with the figures.
Billions of dollars. How much of it has come back to Ghana? Can you imagine for a minute? All the money from the Jubilee Field passing through Ghanaian banks. Do you know how buoyant Ghanaian banks will be?
But
so we must also appreciate that we are beneficial to them. It's important. As someone who say, yes, no, yes, sombo, Emma Omo. Sebu, and now you can say Ghana, effectively, Adani a military base for America. Do you know what that ensures for Americans' international security and domestic security? Minya. So you see,
that was one particular argument. As a tendra, na obi enemy yes. Say now even in your own country, no, as much as they will claim so you're independent and sovereign, no, your borders are so porous to an extent. Say, the American security forces and able of my by with intelligence and all of that, training our people to ensure say you better me sustaining the pressures free this groups you know by the jihadists and the Boko Harams and all of that. That has been the only reason here. I mean, and intimate penetrating your country. Now, should America go angry today and tell you, say, okay, those sort of services I provide, because of Emra passing here, that it means that, I mean, a lot of things are bound to happen to us as a country.
No, that security, no, it is for their own interests.
Kessben 92.9.
Okay, yeah, I think 98. There was this bombing of U.S. Embassy in Kenya. Okay.
Yes, I escape Mekakra. But too.
Good. So America has an interest to protect its citizens both within America and outside America. In the more Biambetro said, what they're offering us is a protection for us. Several Ghanaian soldiers have not demonstrated incapacity to protect the territorial integrity of this country. It's for Americans' own security. That is why they are doing what they are doing. They are not Father Christmas. What are they? And for us, do you know the level of American investment in Ghana? The level of American businesses in Ghana, do you have an idea? At the end of the day, Sikana Omonyano, Omo de Bagana. These major mining companies, Newmont, Danny. Omusika no omunya. How much is retained in Ghana? When you say, Nka Zemencho, Nanka, Goda, ye to a woman Asante Ahafu. It's still reaching day. When you say, Sasikano, Maakye Dinina Eto or Mamuha, the cedi will be the most stable currency in the world. Wouldn't that? But what happens? So let nobody say they are doing this to protect us. No, it is for their own benefits.
Very well.
And that is why the relationship must be one understood within the confines of mutual benefits.
Very well. Because before I remember what
hold on. Yes. Hand go, hand come. Hand go, hand come.
Interesting, but as to whether or not say you want that most or no, and so another question I may discuss some other day. But before I let you go, we are told the neck of your party will be meeting later this afternoon to settle on Nipa Wabeye running mate to John Dramani Mahama. I mean, the indications are that Prof almost a down deal or settled for John Dramani Mahama. Is that the case?
Okay, so you see, as director legal and communicator for the party and communicator for the party, I'm only an agent of my principals.
Okay.
My principals here are the NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Sebu, there's a press release, praise only the Council of Elders, Ebishia. Anna.
Yes, absolutely.
One, I'm not a member of the Council of Elders. Into whatever the deliberation will be, I will be waiting for a press release to that effect. Now, I would have the opportunity to go to what we call the NEC meeting as director leader. Whatever the deliberation will be adequately conveyed to Muamoye media.
Okay.
At this point, I do not want to go beyond my pay grade.
But he said that one thing that lawyer.
I do not want to go beyond my pay grade.
That's Eddie and that one thing that as a last week I must confirm.
Hold on, Abrantier. Me know what I say, Mr. Speaker. Be a host of a show.
Yes.
Their decision for management for Kessben and
yes.
Onumian for Kessben. On taking decision, I'll wait me announce it.
That be.
Abrantier, into PDB and I was my mommy.
Oh, there be nothing way no more na mo kan that last week we newspapers here ni munyina down deal Mahama settles on Jane your friend is now no poku ajiban any dey come
me who that press we in daily graphic.
Yes.
I have to go back to my principal. Has there been any official release or say no? No, it's okay. And my mouth no be gone.
But are you aware, said the former president submitted about 3 names to the Council of Elders?
In fact, at NEC today, in maybe envelope. And
I see.
That's what I do to be paid.
I see.
I've been doing that for the past 10 years. I do that to eat.
I see. That's what finally me work on now. Edra, adiya mo MPC koye ye. Enkrofo, I mean, Chastazi almost say agro yaba NDC for this so. Yes, obi enim say National Cathedral. Kufuado promise say went me anye and I won't be nye. Why go there with ribbons and cover pass say mo kwa commission National Cathedral? I mean, why?
Yes, the second for that I can say on the 6th of March. 2024 cathedral no be ready. When the be ano amom. What I say? See, you want to, as it were, let people know. Say, your man, Penny, the friend of priority, only be. Right. And a fire, as I say, I saw even a walk.
Me Methodist nipa.
Has the Methodist Church ever lacked place for worship?
Darby.
So, name Bantama Methodist.
Yeah.
That's my in-laws. Oh, my sorry.
Hona me so me boss kwa sorry.
Me father-in-law and whatever. Oh, my sorry, no. One who says already beautiful, no.
Very.
Come on. The Church of Methodist Church Ghana has never liked a place of worship. Church of Pentecost possessing the nation. Every village be almost sorry down or hollow. And Presbyterian. Maybe primary school graduate Presbyterian are sorry I share me do something. They've never lacked a church. Catholic Church has never lacked a place of worship. And the charismatic churches, ICGC, do they have a place of worship? Yes. In terms of priority, Sebio, Omampeni said, on one personal pledge to God. And
yes.
When we say, Ekoba say, Omampeni, Sebio, Eko, Chebi, Nemami Krum, and ne Papa Krum, a cropon. No, so, Basel missionaries, no money number croponing account. And now I bear Omampeni. The 1 year salary would you see a sorry dying at the Amada Church of Methodist? Would be an Indianism, Anna. But say would be using taxpayers' money, $58 million. Say Odekwa could see or dig the most expensive hole in the world. You want Ghanaians to follow you?
Yes, but Ghanaians are looking for what the NDC would do. Assuming said that project, a failed project. Should you come to office, mobe to us wesi, and now mobe day.
Thankfully, the last time, the largest trade union, largest trade union, TUC, I say, and Yankee Cathedral into a hospital. I see so much wisdom in it. Can you imagine one who Accra Rich Hospital?
Yes.
Can you imagine having Rich Hospital Phase 2? And one will say the distance is not far from each other.
After the runabout now.
Good. No, no, a world-class hospital, referral center of a global standard, specialized hospital, a handle very unique Yare and how beautiful it will be. In fact, you can even do a church under it so that Nkropo Mebabede Yaresano, the Omo Empire Bono, almost a bit higher Anya was sorry hona. It is Piano. One was Shiba Hospital, Etua Brucheno, Israel. You took it on that line. Most health tourism.
Very well. Kaso, I don't pay my now. I'm grateful for your time. Oh, why not? I don't know. It's dependent on one day, John Mahama, every year when you come to power. And see, I don't pay my now. You're trying to some babo, the Abubaboni, na you know the Hong Kong so. Why? Amen. But that's it. Thank you. Lawyer Ediji Tabaklo and Menendo Eddie and Kobono. Bringing us to exactly 8:15. This is Kessben. And indeed, Pacho dial *256*2# *256*2#. Pacho wako holidays abba na anope jeka crasho na afe fa check wo how far expenses are woko edoso enunti ye 1,000 Ghana cedis each ye ma nipa mieno anope mpacho trebi na wonso ubetimi win star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 ewo Kessben cashpot eso pacho anope 1,000 there emodu pa NTGB na fabi ehye wo ho ma me fast na be emma Grace Gift Bar Clinic anope wo mo adaroma pacho yare ahodo a ahye wo so ache ni nyina no ukopie mo ewo Grace Gift Bar Clinic a wo mo betu ase de amount enkran ha wo mo ewo eye New Achimota Petroleum Estate ho ana wo be hu wo mompacho diabetes ana air house hypertension ana air house stroke ahye wo so ache ama wontimi enya ofa ahodie prostate enlargement typhoid fever malaria ni nyina no ahye wo so ache dia anopei ma wonan enye ntientia ewo eye Grace Gift Bar Clinic for asoye na doctors anim defo no ede hahama no ede bekao na oyare no ase etimi etu ede amount anopei wo mo ebie wo mo pono ede ato ho Shim School Junction Barricades Main Road no so ewo Kumase na oni Grace Gift Bar Clinic for any enkomo anopei for wo mo on 0246 518003 0246 518003 and after 0543 320030 na only Grace Gift Bar Clinic for any enkomo anope na womo bejo so ba star 256 star a Kessben cashpot short code no star 256 star 2 hash actual code we any code anopebia the most important number as I said that phone the so na number be mo anya kakra dia show ho there your number as I say very serious pa it's a short code save it ewo phone so na adopebia no watimi win ewa ha star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 may 2 draws adopay entije wo de efremo Zico Plus Enterprise for Adaroba adopay bacho one more ewenim defo a one more mechanical engineers heavy industrial equipment and as machines a modi ye adwuma mfidi nyuma kese ni nyina no adopay bacho open specifications eye papa na wobetumi anya nimde de akrania ma papa ede aba saa nimde no esese oje ede free eye Zico Plus Enterprise for enchain eno echi no se wakram fidie ni bi ede aba wo de ba be ye adwuma se ye washing machine ana wo be use for laundry business a wo ye no ana ensure na wo ba betwa ana wakra eye sachet water packaging machine ni bi ede aba ana eye machines moldy bottles no ma utimi ede feel wonsuo ni nyina dia adopay se eseya for eye Zico Plus Enterprise for womo ebeba besiesie ni nyina no ede amount se afei so na wo de aba na opese womo hyehye ni nyina no ede mawa woni womo eni enkomo pa pharmaceutical companies ahodo a enei mo use eye packaging machine ede create mo packaging materials ni nyina no anopay money eye Zico Plus Enterprise for any enkomo eba no poly printing machines mo amowo printing press ahodo ni nyina na anopay speak to eye Zico Plus Enterprise na eseya wo mo besiesie ni nyina no ede amount se wo kraba nso na oprobi a wo behyehyɛ ede amount na wababeye maintenance and servicing ede aka ho ede amount dia anopay Zico Plus Enterprise for anesese woni wo mo edi enkomo washing machines akese a mo use for mo laundry businesses ni nyina ene mo fiefie mu nyina no anopay money eye Zico Plus Enterprise for any enkomo ehoto chima wo mo ebesiesie ni nyina no ede amamo Taifa Junction Sportem eho ana obe ho mo frɛ wo mo on 0500616319 0500616319 and after 0540526163 na on Zico Plus Enterprise for any enkomo anope. Now reports you got tonight now 20 after 8. This is Kessben Pacho. We're bringing you the latest update in the camp of the NDC. And I will tell you what, a lot. And SC and Rana from Sabia Kosi 2 p.m. meetings ahodoɔ pii na no na ɛbɛkɔ so. The latest details ni nyinaa no ɛde bro. Franco Trading Enterprise for Daroma. But wɔn mo akɔfa phones papa ɛde aba anɔpɛ wopɛ bia yisu deɛ ɛyɛ original na wopɛ na accessories akadeɛ a ɛka ho ebetumi ama wo phone no wasiesie ne kama de a woni ɛyɛ Franco Trading Enterprise for any enkomo. And what you know say open television set from 32 inches, ecosi 55 inches, open tabletop fridges, and I say air conditioners, and I will pay a yusu e or shop or office, baby idea and pay Franco Trading for necessary only one more edi enkomo. One be just so no more money, my papa ni be ato. Pacho only one more didra ewo app on so 40% discount, and no ebwa ma witimi ese vosi kapa. For one more on 0246 422 338. 0246 422 338. Na only one money come na 055 5939 311. 055 5939 311. Na one Franco for any come and obey. Watch out, passport na so say wunyan twa bia na minim bia wo twen anopay we enkrofo ebisa say we eya no kra na enti dada de ya fe ne yensan kan kyerɛ say ade wu twa wo bedi dada de ya passport you buy ya enkrofo di ho adanse agi musika ade yi chop money di bi to school fees ade bi hye wo munwuma hu afei na yenkoso kan kyerɛ say wu twa wo bedi. Short code here *256*2#, *256*2#. Now was selected option 2. Now Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center for Adaroma. And pay one more the layer premise no ediaba, but your own cocoa and cocoa no tunkosia amount and they opese womo to ne dodomo ene akese mu pa dia esese layer premise no ana woma wonsa e can be every eye Fidico for asoye womo ewo broiler premise no ewo ho a ene wo de man kokɔ no de fra womo aduane eye de ma womo a eboa womo apomuden womo nyinye womo mposo no eye de na womo mudro no nso eba ama wotiminya a very good way ta woton a ebefi yie pa ede amount anopai se opom akira kwan a amranhia eho ana wo be hu wo moto boot ho anoma oyibi dodowa main road no eso fra wo numbers no anopai na je wo de 0244 260 190 0244 260 190 and after 0242 769698 0242 769698 and after 0303 958583 na one Fidico for any enkomo. But your dial *256*2#, *256*2#, *256*2#. Now, what's your way at? Then we're bringing you the latest update on our election avenue. Now, I don't pay. There's a lot of secret AC in the NDC. Now, Obinium, I am chat to say.
Yeah, kwa bejusu.
Bibi aboko dia.
Nyame adom ara kwa bibi aboko.
Ahone wo ho.
Nyame adom.
Ano wo fa ho pa na adeda yo.
Oh, me senya se.
Holiday no wo fa ho na adeda.
Ma bo mi fugu pa na kwa me. Mi fugu pa, o ka fugu papa no ma ye. Se na kameti me die na no.
Je ba se no ama.
Na kwa me na mitimi. She na no de papa.
I see.
Omo house afo wa yi bi. O fa ni se Lamborghini ase de. Ena me kotwi bi gu mi yam. Ye kwa me.
I see. Now everybody's got to ask you. I'm going to my embra. Na me ba me ne be di nkomo me bie ne maso a kire na no pe wono ankasa ne yem be hye no na yato aso e di nkomo. We are just on close standby ewo the NDC's party headquarters wa Adabraka yachi he ya the better from bia no ya de bebro ansa na ya sorry na Fidico Poultry for atenase eje me ne omo eba be di nkomo na yato aso ene won so e di nkomo 0550 596-929 0550-567-929 Air text line say de air juma dial *256*2#, *256*2#. Na was select option 2 e wo cashport no eso ye di nkomo yi wi a ye beba na ye draw a e de kan no yetimi aye e de amount mame emma wo mo ache a gentleman and then a lady, beautiful one for that matter. Ache na me ma wo mo akwaba. Good morning, mo just saying.
Good morning.
I don't know here.
I see. Obeys in the Anna me paint. I can say good night. Julius, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are fine.
Adam.
Fidico for what to say.
Obia here. Namonso.
Erade de kwache. Yanso ye ho ye pa. Na membra eye Owusua, right? I got the name right. Yes. Owusua bibia boko there.
Actually, I'm Adom bibia boko monso e.
Erade Adom. Yanso ye ho ye pa. Fidico for an player mo bay. Meaning somebody near my puppy na no and the diaba. But Mesha say with Julius. So Julius last week in that year didn't come ma yen take the opportunity obia ene da edikaya wo tie yen no say you can't feed eco poultry and animal feed center would you media mudi no and saying product ben and a more e wo dwama so.
Okay, Nana meda senso. Last week na ye church nsemu aka kire tifo ni ahwefo ni na ne say Fidico, ye wo yason ye no etese marketplace because say ye wo enuane nura ye ton a ye defra emwane duane say na emwane ho form a they can keep fit and they'll grow well. And I'm saying can say ye wo enuane nura so a ye wo nuane a ye to eko prepare our farm and they send your market akoto jaining tools and more akani na boom e dey aye feed and I can say ye won ya na pasture da ya be bie wie
so ma na wudi
unya so ma na wudi he woni ni na bi e ya so ye so ye can Jumedia Fidico ye dia and then Jumedia in brief no ye di
na eno no mudi de ma hwan bo akuafo omo ye den.
Okay, and then basically, your focus is animal farming. We are looking at people like poultry farmers, piggery farmers, and those who are doing fish. And your bomb increase your productivity. No,
okay.
What say productivity need to increase here, and fast forward it me be
yeah.
So we help them increase their productivity, and as their productivity increases, their sales too will increase, and there will be more money.
Very well. Also, I remember also na yen fan one after the other. Last week, ye can a year layer premise in the home asem. Mamintio or net na yen church mo kakra ebi o ha and then the first time I watch here.
Me patcho you made us last week in year 1 or 2 of the product are Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center. Ye wo. Na mpese nka me bobo ni aka na so ka ho.
Okay.
And they say you're trading in and I said near Tom of Fidico and say you were animal feeds and you want additives.
Okay.
The animal feeds no bua ha and your person on why ni feed you know.
Or you prepared
or no prepare ni feed you know. You what to say wheat bran wo ho.
Okay.
You were palm kernel cake wo ho. You were rice bran wo ho. Ye was soya bean meal wo ho.
Okay.
Na ni nemu no so no ansa na wo be ye wo feed na ebedi mu no ama aye nutritious no. Ye ka say wo be hia nutritional values bi ana content bi a wo de be fra ebe boa no.
Okay.
Eno ni
amanuane na
ewie pay no.
Okay.
Ama emo no mu di a ho aba mfaso ama wo mo na aba ama farmer ne nso so no. Na eno ni premixes no. Na ye ka ho asem no na ye no you specializing in the layer premix.
Okay.
Ye wo broiler starter premix. Ye sanso wo broiler grower and plus finisher premix. And ye wo pig premix so wo ho no nti we mu no pig premix na ye for pigs in preko.
Okay.
Wo de be fra omo raw material feed no na atumi edimu and a layer premixes no so ye for mo a omo ye into layers. Ekokwa omoto nkohua nko ano and ye wone so premise a wo de be fra aduane raw materials no na etumi ewie pay ama emmo no tumi nya the values or the contents of the nutrition and be boa omo no. Na ye was also wo fish premix ente bu ha omo ye sisi anu nyame adom me won say a lot of farmers are coming up especially even with the youth and even the general public.
Yeah.
First na yen say nka farming de nka krase bi na ye farming na maybe obi a se bi onko school dani ade na nso so sisi ano a change enyame bebra asesa ma ukwohwe farmers cry wom cry mo wie universities.
Yes.
The banker, the pharmacist Omunina are involved in the farming industry, no. Now, especially with the catfish and then the tilapia, no. Yes, so you work premix fish premix obetumi so ade aye ennuane no ama wotumi enya ehun faso na emu no so no sa catfish ne tilapia no ye wo mu types omo wo measurement a omo de ma enti no ye de no so no uto a na wo de ye wo feed na ehun ban faso ye wo one farm bi obeto ye de na odi hu adanse bebre say eye perfect in fact we were so excited and we were like yes we are having quality product ye ka na no nti na de bi e bon ho adoro say nya ye wonie na eye papa na osan so beton so na wo use a obenya ho faso bebre
enti fish premise no e wo ho say wo mo a eye catfish farming wo mo a eye tilapia farming na omo enye moa no I mean what the be fra wo munuane no na wo de ama wo
so to be your feed no nti wo de be ka raw material maize or soya bean or wheat bran all the raw materials now what the you feed what they prepare no now what the fish premix no aka ho na etumi edimu ama wo sanso na layers no so sa any broilers no na sanso what toxin binders and so yes
toxin binder ni mo emame na yembra Julius so
patcho yo me da se na toxin binder no ye ne say mepi no farmers challenges omo won say ebu ha ennuane na omo ye no ebu na toxin contents bi wom ebu acidic content na too high for the animal na intino say it is say na wo ye fa toxin binder no the feed na e bread this toxicity ase toxin content na wo aduane mu no e bre na se into na eboa ma emmoa no entumi enya yare anka wo so omunya so it reduces the disease anka aboa no benya
yare bi ade bi e harmful
exactly
enye bi anka be ma aboa no enya problem
sa
akoni widie mu I mean e bi a ebebo no yare na bebe no
etresa nyama na efim yes so it's very important to say ye feeder you have to have a toxin binder in the feed contents. Yes.
Very well. Mame Embra Julius. So Julius, they say, you know, for more numbers, no, at 2 grams. And I don't know what Ousua. Okay. Ousua for numbers, no, at 2 grams. Obiti na opese opeke na wa framework na wetimia peke ansa na wesi form na afememra Julius. So.
Yo, yeah, that's it. But your numbers near 0242 76 96 98. And I was 0244 260 190. And your landline is 0303 95 83.
But your sabo sublim.
Me patcho yo 0242 76 96 98. And it was 0244 260 190. And 0303 95 85. And 83.
Me patcho. Very well. Julius say obi ba mo ho ana obi 8 ye oni Accra ekwan ben so ana wo hia ne ama ne bia mo betimi ede amano.
Okay, and ye deliveries nationwide.
Okay.
Et no offer ya home atrofo na your customer care agent ebe pick call no. Then we'll issue the directive. Et no delivery ne ebe ba waboboa no e baby bia wo bia no. Et that is not a problem cra. We do deliveries nationwide. Et no the problem cra.
Very well. Et idea biem na wo ho no ma wo beka especially when it comes to the already made feed, you know. Mamentiasie enuane nro wusu abobo so ni nyina no momo de na amaye ni nyina no ebi wom dada and are saying they see effort here but eno no so eye for more ben is it just for the poultry and for the pig and for the fish.
Okay, it's in enuane no ni bia na no wusu abobo so that is toxin binder, amino acid, B complex and ne keka won no ni na ye enuane nro ebi wo concentrate nim.
Okay.
But a womb at a percentage wise. It's in a ocean say obehia bi aka ho a you can buy the B complex. Yeah, B complex na ye the gunsium. What say your B complex ni bi one ma ye the free aduane mo. But your B complex ni be one by the gunsu nim. That is another means etimi edi raw omojim. It's your B complex ni amino acid na the go mushum. But nini na being so what concentrating him. Na mamen ka se benchiro kakra. As at January this year, Business Times at the data be out. Say over 177,000 of metric tons of chickens you imported free abroad the bagana. Of which are monthly importation. Now when him say so omu importers are the way your farmers ain't producing more than 2,000 metric tons a month.
I see.
That is because your farmers no instead of so using near a current no they keep on using the outmoded things. A typical example is say offer a bro. Na say ye hwe ebura ye de ye farming na empempi no farmers for no taifa ebura say.
And a
day feed no ma win, and that is because that's the cheapest one. One say a brono say one year post harvest methods ni year a broni bitimi develop BBF aflatoxin. Now aflatoxin ma a brono acidity ekosro. And into acidity ne kosro nipa edia ye feel say a brain ye. It's nipa nto. It's one of mutai nye one and a title. So
now I come mix it. No, come mix it. And so I want the diaphragm.
That is the thing.
No, the mom more. And
no, uya sa unya toxin binder be the can one. It me boa and neutralize aflatoxin na ewo adenim no. And into say one for toxin binder na nguma e bia broni no so use the same thing. Now so no di nnuane no fra. Na me kan data na me hu say that farmers for make record say nentia emrofo no de ne doors on system nim say omo use sebio in quote akokofun. Nana meni wonim say akokofun bia no e da hono ma ye be hu say e akokofun.
Exactly.
Akokofun bia no ye ntwa akokon no emene. Ani ntini moja no enyu ngu form. Etini boso eye green. And if na akokofun. Nam na ye tone coastal no. I'm not doing an argumentative debate for them. But it doesn't look like akokofun to me. It looks like emrofuni mass production than ye before. So the 6 months production.
No extra ones in the bahano.
No extra ones in the basin. So the 6 months production. Your farmer the 2 years made the same type of production, occupying time, space, and labor. And internet no born back kosro, but the value is the same.
I see.
And internet say utiminya no way the fra. You literally increase your productivity. Papa, say productivity need to me increase here. Your money increases.
Exactly.
It's say it means this aflatoxin need the fra. It means these license here a work concentrating with the fra. The fish production will increase. The chicken production will increase. The piggery production will increase, and it will benefit the farmer and the nation at large.
Very well. And also about numbers needs to be na yen fancy na yen call na be them say enkrofo a 8 year no dodo na no ebeba masoye ene mo abedi nkomo.
Yeah, that's it. Me patron numbers ni 0242 76 96 98 and 0244 260 190 and 0303 95 85 83. Me patron me that.
All right, enti mochira kwan no ewo amren here, right?
Patron amren here after toll booth na ye wo ni faso.
Okay. Very well. I don't pay me that much. Yes,
Thank you.
Your dial is star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 asedani be a opposini no edia na opposini ana aye draw one was so edia badwaman so your friend in booster bar mister and pay one more roba pacho no e be boost immune system no ama hoden sonko aba oni peduemo ede ama ya bia bowa na afi watimi akon ede atia no herbal shop bi e wo my Ghana ha ba bia Oborema Obenya eye opposing na dro no ebi na watimi atobi eyesu anope for one more on 0246208496 0246208496 na wene wamo eni enkomo St. Louisa local rice adaro ma anope mpacho efie bia ehia St. Louisa local rice eno no anebeboa wapomoden eye papa Ghana mo ayato yebo ase aye mpacho udibia eboa amasika no eka ekrom hase they say wukra 5100 mpacho fabra na yebetu mu ni bi edi amount ama watimi akwakoton na watwimi enu pepepe 1700 cedis na ababegu ubotom edi amount eno nti umpewe na opedie mpacho bebi awo Ghana ha bebi ano ofre ye ni a obenya mo ni bi ato okome com shops ahodo ni nyina no a obenya bi ato na watimi edi akwakodi ojuma mpacho se wutie me na we obi a we ye aduane eton ana aduane ho adwuma na we ye event ahodo ase o 7 microphone nuane we ye mo edi ka ho ampacho yusu eye St. Louisa local rice na wankasa ubedi ho adanse pa anopei Udi wamo enin komo on 0546242334 0246242343 I beg your pardon 0546242343 na uni wamo enin komo anafre 0277457742 0277457742 0277457742 na uni eye St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo anope na wamo ebejo so pa pacho cashpot no yebeye your first draw no enche na yene your first lucky winner no edi enkomo dial star 256 star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na also select option 2 no na ubetimi ewene rich yamfa eye first draw no emfa entoso na yene your lucky winner no any enkomo na before eno no eba no pacho eno na ebo fa so sisi a ubetimi adjoin your live ewo Facebook no eso Eclipse Collateral Management for say yen kan chow say anopay uyobi a wo wankasa wa japade wa yen krata de ato wa japade no eso a anopay de wo be nyina no ene say wo de krata ne de beba na wo de aye adwuma na afi wo motu a commission ewo ho eno achi no say uyobi a wo pay loan enso uni collateral anopay oni omuni nkomo wo mo be ma collateral ne bi na watimi e de secure loan no a wo pay e de free bank ne ho wo mo adwuma a wo mo ye no enie enti fra wo mo anopay on 0266999020 0266999020 and after 0302551877 na one Eclipse for any enkomo adenta news site Abakan Street eho ana womo ewo pacho star 256 star 2 hash Richard Yamfanto so na yenye first draw no star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected a year option 2 no and no a year cash pot no eti eno ana wo share sisia e wo Facebook no na first 1000 Ghana cedis ye de ma the lucky winner and pay a day after Independence Day pacho wenku ana ebe sort out Ati obini ebofa so numbers no ana ebofa so pacho we need be that this is your greatest opportunity say pay also obe win cash e wo djumedie eso ati short code no na media man star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2 Kanisa Ventures Adaroma womo akofa Kanisa heba mestano e dia ba say anopay emedi wasemba yare bia ahye wo so ache na edi wonya anopay wononom Kanisa fo no ni bia etuni nyina no ase e de ma prekom gonorrhea menstrual pain waist pain vagina discharges prostate enlargement and a sexual weakness and what dress as a woman no Kanisa Ventures funeral Kanisa heba mestano no pe wo penu dudu omo atua obeko eye contain taxi rank e wo techima Kanisa heba shop e wo ho anye sanso a umowura eye baseline pharmacies ni nyina emo a obenya bi ato e wo ho wo penu dudu omo atua afre wo mo on 0247887436 0247887436 and after 0202990943 na wone eye Kanisa for any enkomo and pay one more ebe Johnson. down to business. Now we're bringing you the latest with the NDC. All right, John Dramani Mahama, any NDC National Executive Council no Asia AWA at exactly 2 p.m. Now yebema with the latest a womsisia. But before that, Andra I guess Ora Okuje to Ablakwa plus other minority MPs in Parliament echo a year the National Cathedral site. Echo ye Jumedia to say ma yenshe na yentiemra.
Inside, so
we have 13 demands, and I'm going to read those demands clearly, without ambiguity, for the president who describes these priorities to respond directly to our demands. And we begin by quoting Malachi 3:8a. Will a man rob God?
No.
Yet ye have robbed me. So says the word of God.
Blessed be his word.
Demand number 1. We are demanding an explanation from President Akufo-Addo on why he failed to fulfill his promise to God, to Parliament, and to the sovereign Ghanaian people. The promise to commission his $450 million, that is 5.7 billion Ghana cedis, priority of priorities cathedral. Today, the 6th of March 2024. We demand an explanation. Demand number 2. We are demanding full accountability on what happened to our 58,141,509 United States dollars and 52 cents. So $58.1 million. That is, at current exchange rate, 740 million Ghana cedis.
Kessben 92.9 Asidankwa.
Why is it that all we see here, just behind us, is the world's most expensive pit? We also want to know why the contractors, Ribade JV, abandoned this project for lack of payment 2 years ago. Despite all of these illegal withdrawals of our taxes, $58 million. 2 years ago, the contractor, Ribade JV, abandoned site for lack of payment. We want answers to this. Number 3, we are demanding a comprehensive report on how much it has cost the state to so far replace and compensate some owners of demolished properties, and how much is still outstanding, considering that aggrieved demolished property owners, such as Waterstone Realty, have resorted to the courts. We note that the following properties were recklessly demolished on the orders of President Akufo-Addo: bungalows for judges, the Judicial Training Institute, Head Office, Scholarship Secretariat, bungalows for Shraj, Waterstone Realty Luxury Apartment Complex, headquarters of Comsys IT firm, and the Malian ambassador's residence. All of these structures were recklessly and senselessly demolished by the president. We want to know the full cost implications to the taxpayer. Now we have 13 demands, and I'm going to read those demands.
All right, and that is the Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa speaking and on the sidelines of the demo commissioning of the National Cathedral. And what is one more idiomo demands no to 13 of them. Dial *256 2 hash *256 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. My name is lucky winner no I would decline any incomo. Hello, good morning, Opening.
Good morning.
Mammy na saying.
Yami adome hoye.
Now what we need cash here for us won't for Aden.
Na me senior ma wanting phone so that day.
We yalla we. We did the same for that you free.
Yeah, very me cassette kaswa.
O cassette free kaswa.
Me patron.
Kaswa dey sa mu job phone to na mu senior ma. Oh. I don't pay where we need Kessben cash pot.
Me patron me nyam shira.
What who sika no?
Patron.
Who yenti na offer back no ho.
Mama menya
Oza no pe my day.
wa menya de
Mama we ni agye ho.
ajepa.
Awe
Ni ske bia mi ho. Mi taka mi na 50 Ghana.
Sika ka ho nyina ye 50 Ghana.
Sisi. Ena me say na anye ya me de 20 na take me. Ani se me dio.
Ti ahin na o try 30 cedis.
Me cha 30 cedis.
Enti sen ka anye ye dia anka ka 20.
Nka ana se me pasa me kwa masa.
I see any nyame tie o so frɛ pa.
Nyame tie me pa no pe nyame tra mo ate.
Nyame nhira o so wani agye. I can see so wani
Many
agye.
age.
Wani agye pa. Congratulations. Why?
Thank you.
Enti koso atie na hwe. Why?
Mate.
All right, me that's Mary. Enti Kaswa Mary and me first lucky winner for Anopay. That's I can the last 50 Ghana. I remember Maakye Appiah. Yes, Nana. Edi adi ase eka wo last money I wo ho na nyame ama wa wini menti ase.
It's the doing of the Lord.
I don't get it because last time metie papa no winning from Borgano. Ono nso ne yire phone 5 cedis. And na da so in fact what you phone no cry dey aye no na ne yire ne na eko. But we wie ye no and ono nso winning 1000 cedis. There was a time so Abrantie back winning from Kumasi. Or say I did my to hospital. In fact, when I'm quite sure I walk up for not your friend, and your friend, no, and will win here. It looks as if say one way winning in no, it gets to hard times as and that's what he has
doing of the Lord. Kwame, and your kwa utie Jola Kadiana.
Yes,
Omo winning Jola Kadian, so mo takas asem.
I see.
Anna, and that's a beer, omo castle mobuau. Kwame, a real
situation.
Situation of Nyamia you mafim.
Okay,
that's what we are saying. Is this thing I want to know. It's like divine assistance. I don't know. Yes,
on daily basis.
Wow,
Kwame. Wow.
Because Adamitie who may be back could be there. Very way, Kwame.
I see.
Or share or no code you know him.
Onim suwedi.
You know suwedi. Or you just be by your friend now share a nijene casa or de casanoa. A cabi beach you say. Who say obi o whisker and I may try being a media or casa the nijeni a different. Yeah. And I'm a casa munu se kwab we need dama we need capre. Nese we near no casa kwab who say adia babaji for smesim.
I see.
Kwabi.
I see.
Cash
point na buwa mkrofo pa.
Kwabi.
We crossing no senior man to a phone no crowd.
Pa.
Because Richard so a friend na wamfa.
And Kwabi, abuwa mkrofo pa. Abuwa mkrofo pa.
I see. But also we dem chebi. Why? Na I can't last 1000 cedis. Me de beche answer number sorry so. Enti wow there aka o last hour no feature na obedi obi last 50 cedis. Or the mu 30 extra edia winning 1000 cedis. Enti anopay Mary nani ajepa or kaswa. But your dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. Now back to business. Now a lot is happening in the NDC. Mamintio kakra on issues ayabubosui na yemra the Ekoso Ewo NDC. It is expected said by close of today, John Mahama ebebone running mate no edin. Yes.
And no my akubos with the Ebrenity, Mr. Fela or no the former.
Me fa fela ne ma. Okay. Mami breaking ma etie for na a lot is happening in the NDC. Nana unim say yatena ha aye analysis of who is going to be the running mate to Ora John Dramani Mahama. Ghana for teach you any NDC ni bia wotie ya no pe bia no. So much interested in that. Now as atendra anajo. Okay, Nana. Edia John Dramani Mahama, a presenter here at the Council of Elders of the NDC, AMNSA. And we will tell you that name because Endrana Jono meetings be Brenano Ekoso. Now, Ora, your friend Eric Opoku. And I would say, Nidin was less than so. Ora, come not before. Nidin was less than so. When him said some time ago, yet now had the incomo analysis no X-ray the quantum of voter if we are santimantemo eba and why are all these years the NDC as a party has failed to select somebody from the Ashanti region. Now, Obeka insu BMA last year, Ura Kwame Appiah any John Mahama airco contest, drew baby no step it down, say John Mahama and Kwanye Enko. Now, one more a year our contest ni we the massive work at John Mahama koye wo Kumase no oni Ura Dufo nyina ni gina platform no so ye den. Ekasai, what you say? So it is not too surprising. Say ye kase Ura Dufo Nidin Eka Lister Ura John Mahama as submitting ho. Now the very interesting thing cry ma Ura Dufo din ebemu say nana we are in a very hard economic situation. Ura Kwame Dufo aye governor pen. Ura Kwame Dufo aye finance minister pen. What you say? When it comes to the management of the economy, you need Obia Obebabe running mate. Say see aye dey board Dr. Baumia Ekonso say one no na chairman of the economic management team no. We here will be or what the needed expertise on the economy should John Mahama win obetimi a savage situation no what you say. Then 3 and he said in terms of age say John Dramani Mahama decided say obechusu Professor Jenana Opoku Ajeman and now so say obechusu Dr. Kwame Appiah okay womutu ni nyina no womfie ni koronim and I would say for that reason no say John Mahama kwa womumienu ni nyina betimi ni na yeden akọ what you say and the two of them no ewo honom. Now I will tell you something. After so submitting a D3 no edema the Council of Elders no say ye kase as atendra a lot of lobbying ana akoso within the camp of the NDC lobbying akoso bebre but ye kase no in an unlikely event ebiana ora erikopoku nidino womo akwa drop it because the National Council of Elders no kano and say Eric Opoku a little bit younger. For that matter, no say o compare a miensa no a John Mahama diabani nyina no na Paul Eric Opoku was so many years ahead of him. Obia obetimi abe candidate in the future. And now say one ankasa kura betimi akopribi in the future to become a candidate of the party. What you say? For that matter, no, it is likely say Eric Opoku Dino will be dropped. Na endra no a lot of lobbying so. Ama say ye kase I won't be surprised. Say between Dr. Kwame Appiah and then Mame Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajeman. Okay? Wamumu bako ana party no ebetimi decide. Now, Nana, this is the secret a woman. NDC for structures now wamu cross say no. Okay? Wamu di or the friend fake. Functional Executive Committee. And no national executives na party no atu abadi ayede edi ama womo ne form sa committee no ana womo party elders council of elders no ewo ho nkrofo a womo ababedi party positions ni because national chairman former ones no former general secretaries former ambassadors bi keka ho ne ade no womo dia form founding fathers of the party womo nyina no council of elders ne ho enti wono no submit edin no ma womo wi a they will look at the list. A free council of elders in who we are a beba fake. Okay, now the functional executive committee I consider the list. One more consider we are Nana the second most highest decision making body of the NDC NEC. The National Executive Council it comprises of all the 16 regional chairmen of the party across the country. One more regional secretaries eka plus directors who are party headquarters plus the national executives plus the council of elders. It is a party encore congress. The highest decision making body now. NEC and the second most highest decision making body in the NDC. Woman na Asia and area. Nana uti. Enti edina ko council of elders. Edino ako fake. Edru se council of elders edebeko. What you say? Na finally NEC atena se decide. NEC ora John Dramani Mahama part of it. Na as atendra na jo even 1 a.m. na meetings eguso a ekoso. Now Endra the mate say nana ora Kwame Appiah say why ready to become a running mate to John Mahama. Na se party no bema na kwenya In fact, there is a lot of resources I will bet me are mobilizing my party no year juma. Na womu gusu a womu lobby all the factions within the party. Meeting no bedi catch the component of the neck. The regional chairman for any almost secretaries every regions ni munyina abano meetings ahodo ni ade kokoko so ni ade. But the question again is that Nana, I'm told said there are reports. Our reports are not really favoring Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman. Now, what are the reports? Reports indicates they want to test the viability of the candidature of Mame Jane Opoku Agyeman. Sir, the influence when it comes to the women fraternity. Okay? The influence when it comes to academia. Now, what I'm even hearing and say Nana, NDC for no akwa UCC, akwa ye survey among certain people at the time Professor Jane Opoku ewo UCC na womo ho. But majority of them were unable to really tell having a greater influence on them. For that reason, no party for ni be en peneso say obia ni impact ewo from sa she will become a vice presidential candidate again. What you say? And akwakoye a serious fight between Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman and then Dr. Kwame Dufour. Now, Dr. Kwame Dufour factor comes in strongly because Ashanti region will be a massive thing for the NDC in this year's election. Should they select Dr. Kwame Dufour? Again, old party gurus now womu ye kedes ni bebre na womu susie mu no womu free say party no eyi womu mu no, okay? Majority of them are in support of Dr. Kwame Dufour. Enti ewie ya NDC connect meeting nana enye easy ma womu kra. When him say all this while, analysis na Kwame Dufour ni din ense da memu papa for the running mate. But from Endra Najo, okay? Eba besi anopei, the man's name has become very prominent. Now it is rather between him and then Mame Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman. Somewhere last week, information about Ora John Mahama has settled finally on Prof Nana na Professor Opoku Agyeman team and the betum. What you say? Because they saw where the trends and the discussions and the lobbying were going. For that reason, they needed to do something. A best cemented Mame she's a very fine brain. I want also abon homo de academia any bibia. I said the last time, say the NDC as a party nankasa, in so many ways has failed to brand the woman. Okay? And here maybe as I say woman no a champion in 2020 if you keep doing that, the popularity you hear, the impact, any the influential roles it wouldn't come. That is the truth. Because Nana, as running mate, now they share them. More organizing programs it will be a disaster. And the argument of the fact is the influence in Sheda Neho want to me impact you biano, I don't get it. And your party in so responsibility. Say at least they will give her that platform. Now, what will be created that opportunity? Recently, me who say one Lodina Mahama, one mu sheshe jumfo hima money adie. What you say? Me who say wakukoko schools, wo sheshe academia for no any idea. Those are some of the major things. As I say, one mama many yede a champion. The feminine activist groups. As I say, my sheshe womo as a organization here juma. Not the people are womo here juma under her office. As a so be proactive. And yes, sir. Say John Mahama Boni DNA. Okay? Nana? There is going to be a serious worker the NDC will have to do in support of Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman. You see, baby, analysis na kwa kodro any the way a conversation any lobby air kono. Okay? There is only one thing, Nana, and me can we are mediasi. A we meeting na womo be it is up to John Mahama to decide and make a firm statement say Mamene no peno. Say John Mahama and Timia make it that firm statement. And for my Mame no neck meeting nasi na. Nana, I'm sure ya Mame no running mate. And that is what is coming. Yes, and that is the truth. I mean, a lot of the people within, fronted say Kwame Appiah Mumba, Ebebua party, no, woman in Amphia and Quenim, and it's obephobia when ye Eddie Ababe your running mate there, and ye for Kwame Appiah because economy no atitia pansam. We hear Obia or what they needed expertise, our sounds what resources, our Debebua party, no, na enkonko ba ne se Jo Mahama nko na de bia o kwakọ pesika e de ababewura campaign him what you say na endra funny enough meetings ne kokọ so no MPs ni bi nso a wo mo we Poku afa na wo mo hu se da bi Poku din no wo mo ya push ne down no and wo mo start say wo mo champion for ase edu nketia nso enti wono
Kessben 92.
Those people have started advocating for Asiedu Nketia, the national chairman of the party, said one also a considerable, said one betimi say ababe running mate Nibiana. But in terms of advancement, Mameno any Dr. Kwame Appiah Anna a very strong as it stands now. Now the decision lies with the neck and then the party's candidate. And that is what Ghanaians and the party, NDC, must expect. And every so finality will come to bear. Now, meeting, any idea be easy, cry. And I'm very sure, say, we almost started 2 o'clock. It be I won't bet me cry, we are chinanopa. Because debate, Ebekosu, yeah. Now, star 256 star 2 hash, star 256 star 2 hash, star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2 on the Kessben Cashport. Do you agree, Sir Yemfa Prof? Jenana Opoku Ajiban and Sambre BM and Yemfa Dr. Kwame Appiah Embra. Womumia no nina, womumfia no ekwe name. I mean, John Mahama will have to do his final term with the 2 of them. Now, or kwa when you're munina no esifom boko na party no I will pin up for a new contest. Now, the other one. Star 256 star 2 hash, star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2 no on your Kessben Cashport. Aka 1,000 cedis ewetri medebeche. Mind you, it is only 9 o'clock, 8 minutes after 9, fachemi on the dot. And now we trebia ube win star 256 star 2 hash. Star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2 no. Now Bremuna mintio ansana yakwa kinkan messages no. And Crawford Frasia the messages ni bebre na eba. But you break you aha. And say Kobani say a quiet treatment between Mameno and the Dr. Kwame Appiah and Manin young Crawford one wakra. Because the idea is not told from yet no and no na yakache ma Ghana for the for United. Mamintio. Are you surprised about the names are Abba up no?
No, I'm not surprised.
Okay,
I'm not surprised.
Will Dr. Appiah be a very good candidate?
Yes,
for John Mahama.
Kwame Mebaho. Kwame.
Yes.
NDC is in trouble. Obi obeka cho so many trouble be anya no kreda. Na medical ka say this running mate issue. Problem so National Democratic Congress no. Enye bi na we NPP mo. But enam say the NDC has a unique way to micromanage their issues. That is why yentes asem.
Okay.
And no, and I want some more start to say Eba. Kwame say edini ba na nya na no poku agimaya. NDC be was ma bonopo. Say maame na ye dropping na NDC be was ma bonopo. And edini ba per the SCCC last week be say SCCC no. Say dini ba na say na no poku agimaya. Kwame, there will be another problem. Let me explain.
Maakye.
We were made to understand early last year. Say, Tama President Mahama, ye new year.
Yes.
Best 3 months time, and yet say President Mahama has sent the delegation. Some of can't now no pokwajima say. Or announce say when you're interested in the running meeting beam. That's what we heard. You understand? The information from a buy. The gurus of National Democratic Congress and the nipa bako and nipa mienu. About 5 people are reliable that we can use it as a steady case. What's must and country and say what announces say when you're interested in the running mate, provided say the man wanted to drop Nana Opoku. Then the second thought by and say no. The woman needs a second chance because President Mahama has been given 4 times chance
opportunity
to
prove himself.
1, he was given unopposed in the year 2012. 2016 he was given opportunity. 2020 opportunity. 2024 there's some opportunity. How come say Obiko ba kope nesa anye you have to drop the person? Emma ne what National Democratic Congress. They stood against that decision. Say President Mahama what person or drop na no Opoku Agyemang. Obi ti say ye quiet to say ye mama Lordina Mahama was also lobbying for the woman. You understand? And a lot of women were lobbying for Nana Opoku Agyemang. Then President Mahama considered it. And President Mahama used Article 45
of the NDC's constitution.
Yes, Article 45 of NDC constitution. With your Dodgers, let me read it. What's it? Choice of the vice presidential candidate. Was it the party's presidential candidate shall nominate his running mate in consultation with the National Executive Committee and the Council of Elders. Not just a council, an executive committee in the Council of Elders.
Yes.
Kwame,
what am I explaining at the actual?
Yes. But what happened last week, Kwame, it wasn't mirage. Obi Obekacha say they see last week almost all the news portals, Kwame, electronic media, printing media, including our own, the state-owned newspaper, Daily Graphic. At the Babontibe confirm say President Mahama has settled on Nana Opoku Agyemang. Kwame, Obi Obekacha said the credit. It was true that the NEC endorsed Nana Opoku Agyemang. Kwame. Then the other people obviously say no. The woman including Dr. Obeda Samoa. Dr. Obeda Samoa FDC. FDC 4 platform. Penny 4 platform. Also. And he wrote a text message, an article say he will stand against Nana Opoku Agyemang's nomination because the woman was not able to win his region, even her own constituency. Jamaica no say and Kojo Duasare. Kojo Duasare Adanta MP was on Asempa FM seriously against Nana Opoku Agyemang candidature. Wakasa dietia Jamaica say and no a lot. So Kwame, the hijacking of the announcement, Kwame, I'm telling you about fact, say something wrong somewhere. That is the reason why the announcement has been hijacked. It will be President Mahama, I presented to them. Was settled on no Opoku Agyemang. It is never true. I am correct. But upon second thought, we say, I share my name, President Mahama. And the people also think that the woman needs a second chance.
But second chance, the plus or minuses, and I say now the people are considering the fact that as a running mate, there ought to be something that you are bringing on board. And one, it could be resources are able to be mobilized to tell the party how resourceful you are.
Yes.
Second, able to me your popularity, the charisma you carry as a vice presidential candidate. Okay. In fact, so we see baby. A domoa SSA 2D wechino, I mean, must be something representing a constituency. So the whole argument is that Professor Nana Opoku Agyemang is not really strong on the grounds. Ghana mana nkasa krana SSA we influence womono majority of them no enhyɛ da enye nintu musa. For that reason no odene kwa. I mean, on which capacity and I was also about the second chance. No,
Kwame make us sure.
Kessben 92.9.
Madam Nano Pokwajima, Professor. Say President Mahama man a second chance. Minim die besi die. But since President Mahama two super mameno.
Yeah.
So or drop na no Pokwajima. Kwame, you should go for a woman.
Another woman. I don't know why.
I have suggested Zenato.
Zenato.
Yes, I have already suggested Zenato.
I see.
But Dr. Kwabnato for yen yakase onko Ashanti region because Zenato is an Eve and Ashanti. And to onko Ashanti region. But se Kwame, President Mahama beko Ashanti region. They should settle on Ebia Opoku, Eriko Poku mo. Kwame, Dr. Kwabnato for is 78 years. If you cannot settle on Nano Pokwajima, how can you settle on because of age?
The inability to settle on Nano Pokwajima is not because of age. It's because of popularity. It's because of her capacity to influence votes.
It is,
and Niema will bring it on board.
It is a mixed reaction. Within the NDC, a mixed reaction. People are talking about the age. Kodwa Duasari is saying that the woman's age is not favorable.
Okay.
And they need somebody who can back President Mahama. Then in the second year, they will start, projecting that person towards 2028. And Obeda Samoa is also talking about what you are saying, the popularity wise. Say, she was not able to win her constituency and her region. But we should also not forget that a woman also can be and the NDC appreciate numbers. How will you know? So
but they are telling you simply, say, one more a lot of surveys, even among the NDCs, and that is what the survey is depicting.
We should go to Ashanti region. NDC in Ashanti region, understood. But definitely not Dr. Kwabnato.
I see.
Dr. Kwabnato can still serve as a finance minister.
And
yes, if President Mahama have power, they should settle on somebody.
Wouldn't that be a demotion?
Demotion what?
Yes, this is a position that we're dear.
Sorry.
Far beyond a
sorry, Alan Chamatin was a trade minister as to Kufuor's administration. And he became a trade minister. They're not done Kufuor by twice. Anybody never say Kwame. The man is good.
The woman has become an education.
Dr. Kwabnato is good. He is a competent, if I say, economist. No achievement up to now. You know, if I say, in this Fourth Republic, what me everything achievement. You understand? As a finance minister, it is a fact, Kwame. Obi attaining the first single digit inflation. You understand? Okay. Your foreign reserves, up to now. It is plus. The man can still serve as a finance minister. Than say, Obi 78 years. Come, it is not a joke. 78 years. By the time you better 4 years, no 82 years. And that 82 years, can you project that person to become a president?
They are not looking at him becoming a president.
Kwame, we say. NDC,
they are looking at somebody I want John Mohammed.
Baby, NDC, if they will win the election, their running mate will contribute a few.
I see. You think say Mahama popular?
Oh yes, Kwame, baby.
Mahama John Mahama popular.
Yes, baby. NDC, and how they have advanced in this year's election. So, but me a winner. It is not about running mate. You need somebody that you can project. It is a fact. And that is the reason why they are hijacking and Opokwajimans, if they say, the candidate.
I see.
It is a fact. And almost NDC, they talk about the same thing. Say, the Dr. Baumia study case. The President Mahama a study case. The Atamils a study case. So, Kwame, you choose Eriko Poku. You choose Kwame Uadaku. You choose Nathan Kofi Boache. From Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Because Eriko Poku is also a darling boy too. Why a regional minister was Ashanti region da? Regional minister.
Yes.
And the man is on the grounds when you go to Ahab. And he can also amass Ashanti vote. because Eric is good, great politician. Jamaica, what I say?
Interesting.
Oh, yes. Moka, offer Zenator Rollins. Zenator can repair the damage in the voter region. NDC are dropping 6% in the voter region the last 2 elections, and that 6%, you know, have been added to MPP's vote, which oh yeah, calculation now. Jamaica, what I say? And go any other political party, but MPP. Rollins is no more there. People think that after Sir Rollins, any more armor ballot sheet, any Rollins, any NDC better at the Aduma, things are not good. And people who were worshipping Rollins need to say, "Oh my, reluctant and adamant to the cause of NDC." You choose Senator Rollins to repair that damage. Senator is 46 years. Who choose Senator or back President Rollins Mahama by 2028? No, now Senator, over 50 years. Our charisma. When my dear no ekekawani numu when mu de ne papa sumai ebody chidom Jamaica what I say Zenato Kwame Dr. Zenato SF Ashanti region.
Interesting. I'll come back to you, Nana. Mami interesting dynamics coming up, and this is Kessben 92.9 live on radio, live on TV, and as well live online. Thank you so much for your time. Me the Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful, sir, and obey. You've selected our platform, sir. That is the latest update with the NDC's choice of running mate for Ora John Dramani Mahama, and as indicated earlier, it is expected, sir, roughly by 2 p.m. today, the party, together with their candidate, will have to take a decision on who becomes the running mate to Ora John Dramani Mahama. Dial *256* 2 hash *256* 2 hash *256* 2 hash *256* 2 hash. Now was selected option 2 no on the Kessben cash pot. Now also what me a winning cash and pay. Now my kind of messages in Libya what they aba and pay. This one says that Joseph Tando is sending this one from Shama in the western region. Now Joseph said, "Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Please, what is the motive behind the daily lottery on almost all the TV stations in the country, including Kessben Television?" Very well, Joseph. Motive, and say you listen to the program. Yes, you are a loyal viewer and listener, and we need to give back to you. Now, what you mean, and we need to be at the film. That's all. I don't know. Now, this one says that, "Good morning, Speaker. God bless you." And then Nana from Ponziga. In fact, we the youth of Ghana love your show so much. You guys are always speaking the truth and educating us. God bless you. Jama, you sent in that one. Papa J, thank you from our message, all the way from Kessben, Anna, a day, a buy. I'm highly grateful, sir, and pay. Would say, yeah. Akwesi Cruz sends this one from Sefibuako. The NDC should not take things easy because the NPP has nothing to give this country. They must be more vigilant. Now, what they are. Thank you. Amia Francis, Richard, but I mean kind messages, Amia Francis says that, "Good morning, Speaker. You send this one in from Abenfi Central. I say, please, due to the Ashanti vote matter, Kwame Appiah will be a perfect partner for John Dramani Mahama. Thank you for sharing with us the details of what is happening within the NDC. Thank you." This one says that, "Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Kofinti is my name. Texting you from Dunkwa Onofin. Thank you so much for your show. Ghanaians are well educated. The foot soldiers of the NDC are keenly watching what the NEC and the candidate will do this afternoon. Thank you for a message." This one says that, "Good morning to you guys. Sincerely, you guys are too much. You make our day almost every morning. Yesterday's show was fantastic, and this morning is another blast. As yesterday, your guy couldn't recite the national pledge. Just Derek, a message you have a Joe idea. Why? Thank you." This one says that, "Good morning, Speaker. Politicians should know that kings are watching if Nanado did not sign this particular bill, Mr. Speaker, trust me, the war between the kings and the politicians will rise on a very high level. Thank you for a message. And unfortunately, one for within Ankaho. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. May God bless Kofi Frimpong Ziga and yourself. This LGBTQ thing is politically motivated, just like Ziga has been saying always. Not a single second should pass over this particular bill. Immediately, it must be signed by the president. He must sign to ensure the fate of the NDC. Kwesi, you send this one from Enya Market. Thank you so much for a message. No, our day Abba and pay. Bamin Kaiwe, this one says that good morning to you, Speaker. Ghanaian students have gotten scholarships under the Akufo-Addo government more than any other government, but it is equally important that the president assents to the LGBT bill. It is a good thing for the NPP to enhance our chances. Emisa Pakwa, you send this one from Sapirman. Thank you for a message. No, Awode Abba 05505969290 05505679229. Dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. I'm faster than me Emma Obatampa Prostate Center for an pay one more Daroma, one more Abuaya Pa, na Obatampa Prostate Center, Pacho Oye Bema, 40 years and above, prostate related challenges, no Abewo Pa, Uyobia Yasho Katita, Ewo Bema, Uyobia, the pressure behind a year urination no ewo form ebi wo ho a ojonso wi a ayana unya tenkane se ebi akemo anope speak to a year about Tampa Prostate Center for womo ebe correcting nyina no e dia ma na etimi aboa ama won so o prostate challenges a wo nyina no etimi afri wo so mpacho omo kasoa nyanya no main road no eso fifi prat last stop e ho ana obe ho womo frɛ womo anope na woni womo eni enkomo 0553 800-678 0553-800-678 na wone Obatampa Prostate Center for any enkomo anope. Dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash na was selected option 2. Now there is a video footage editorial coming across from a year the former president Kofo ma yenko na yentiemra.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwa.
Sabi, what you have FFC? Number you and here for so now. What you could do go in a dear no one. Madame, because dear no one mini be in Timiko. Oh, dear, they're different. And they attracted me. And into my hot yam, a Musukura make a macombo or what dear. So, what dear Pesenka? Yeah, any son. Going here was send you to it. Boy, I say the Bible says, come, replicate, fill the world. How do we fill the world? Some many dogo, but then you fill the world. Yes, I will. And I bet me, you fill the world. I mean, the end of Musukura, and Passamity, Ghana for some. And I said, no parent, Nasan, Sakwadano, now I will be over 24. Mammy, near daddy, or Copisca, Papa di Mercaco, there is so big to a coca book near the
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwa.
But I won't don't cook, no honey. I can't face a bit, and now for Bonnie Bassa. Only any pie. It's parenting here. And in a son of mechanic.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwa.
Before into Tiania, the NHS in our home. I send a school, Nina Kika.
Kessben 92.9 Asidan Kwa.
All right, dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. No, I have 1,000 Ghana cedis to give away. Ansana Masore. So it is only 9:30. This is Kessben 92.9 on radio, on DSTV, channel 364, Go TV, channel 121, on your multi TV DJ box and pay share live and I pay on free to earn. So or share. If you have joined us live, your Facebook handle no so aha Kessben TV, and then the other handle no Kessben FM 92.9 on YouTube channel no Kessben TV. No stream and pay. Now I'll do a bit more of your messages on Facebook. Surely dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. I'll be doing my last draw and sana ya sorry so. And wisdom has spoken. The former president Kofo on LGBT. In fact, was say a abomination cry a museo. Now his concerns are that should we allow the advocacies say a bit me penetrating in our schools? If you want to identify yourself through your sexuality, that right ought to be given you because a fundamental human right to belonging to any association or person or belonging. You have the freedom of speech, you have the right to say, said there be media saying I'm a person. Now, arguably, former president is telling you, said Dabi, we need not to go there. A abomination. Ghana for Mpekra. Those are the words of the former president, whose party is in office today. And then the back and forth with this whole bill, no, Ababeye and Sembebre. Now, interesting one. Let's go back into the days. Now, yentie the certain president, President Akufo-Addo, some time ago, ne stance on this particular LGBT issue. Na yemra star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Na was selected option 2. Ma yentie president ra.
I've said this before, and let me in conclusion stress again that it will not be under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that same-sex marriage will be legal. The same-sex marriage will be legalized in Ghana. It will never happen in my time as president. Let me repeat, it will never happen in my time as president.
Dial star 256 star 2 hash star 256 star 2 hash. Now was selected option 2. Now people are saying, say yes, President Akufo-Addo will deliberately delay the signing to the bill. Now assenting the bill, no, a bit delay na asemo kan ye na etimi abem. It will not be under his time. And same-sex marriage. Oh my God, what has changed? I didn't ask sir. And for a feel reluctant. Say idea we be go through. Now that propose you get catch him say a suicidal mission. If the president decides not to sign, a problem. Or signing so international community, the geo-international politics will come direct at him. Say no anama sadie no abem. At the end of the day, one signing a enyemra. In fact, say one signing so are the aspirations of the people now. Ghana for to Obama, what it means is that one for one so Juma as their president. And then the other school of thought, so and it's we voted for you. Why go listen to foreign countries ignoring what we have said? And he was blasting, saying that no, there is no need for us to have even celebrated Independence Day in the first place. If a simple assignment like this, then what is there to celebrate? A DNA faint here, Yebeka said, as a country. You have your independence and your sovereignty, yet you cannot pass your laws to regulate your own people. And those are the major concerns. And this is an election year. Don't forget it. Now, Dr. Bawumia is very silent on this whole argument. The question is that why is he not speaking up? The candidate of the NPP must speak up. Because they say, we are leader of the party. You must speak up on this particular issue, sir. Let the Ghanaian people clearly see where you stand. Let your Muslim community know where your beliefs and your stance are clearly. So that Ube departed from their binding yet trying to delay the processes. Now we're departing. Because at the end of the day, President Akufo-Addo, Nenim Emma Meto ballot paper should be. Listen, it is quite clear. President Akufo-Addo will never be on any ballot paper again in his life. Okay? And Dr. Bawumia has the sole responsibility and the mandate of the delegate of the New Patriotic Party. Say, Obe carry the flag of the New Patriotic Party into this year's general election. This is a very paramount issue, a war of greater interest to the entire nation. The candidate of the New Patriotic Party cannot be silent on this particular debate. Somebody must tell Dr. Bawumia and the team, no, say the earlier they allow him speak on this particular matter, the better. For their campaign, especially. Don't sit down there and say, oh, a legislature, ne executive, ne na enya. And as I say, deliberately, when we said that pushy Ediakoshe judiciary, no, the three arms of government, no, play the game of chess. Oh, legislature, somebody more pass here. Yes, maybe necessary sign as an executive, but constitution also say judiciary mumbremo. So that should the Supreme Court say otherwise, executive because you enya media make say judiciary no undecided. And one were decided. Legislature no MPs no have got just mo dey mo see em pass him run ya pass. To blame games, ebekoso sa. But the question is that Dr. Bawumia, the vice president, has an election to win. Akufo-Addo, the former tape near Bomano, Mampono Koka sa same way. The former presidents, mienu aye wo say no. John Mahama has spoken. Former President Kufuor has equally spoken. We are looking forward, say Dr. Bawumia will speak vehemently on this particular issue. Let the Ghanaian people know your stance. Now, putting matters to rest. You can distance yourself from whatever that is happening with the government. Now, we'll live to see how the things will play out. My name is final winner in the Enkomo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mami, it's saying. Now, we did this. Our voice said the pa.
But your family Lizzie, East Legon Hills.
Hey, Lizzie, East Legon Hills. And I would hear you free and pay.
But
now, East Legon Hills, woman, so mucha cash what?
No, that's why.
Oh, I see. Chroma is I see. I don't pay. You are my lucky final winner. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Is it genuine? Message number when you see can no cross checking.
Yeah, no, my friend me there who say menya. Because na me tie phone na me tie radio no. Nti menya call me there me who say ampa.
Message number I say. Lizzie, thank you. Why? Congratulations. Until when we need 1,000 cities. I hear now they try.
But we try 70 cities.
We try 70 cities oh.
I
see. Yeah. Now can na me the pa. Can last one and sana mako. Thank you, Lizzie. Congratulations to you. And that is my final winner for the day. It's time to check out of here 40 after 9, and this is Kessben. We did a Kwame Appiah Kubi on behalf of my producers, Richard Appiah Sapon, Fifi, Andy Raymond, Amos, Team Ningano, S support here. Plus, Abrantia now, Ubisan is on church, your friend is saying. Coincidence moi won't me and spell it on his own to me church. National pledge and I remember.
Yeah.
Derek and to me are reciting national pledge.
I said Professor Dominic Grant. Emra Kwame.
Yes.
Dr. Yawase Duchu.
Yeah.
Emra so sa kan hu biemu.
Oh,
I say